Hey guys, my talkback's not working. Can anybody hear me? Fuck. Hey, good. Thank you. I just needed to know that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Flamingo Laughlin. And as a very special treat, I would like to introduce our ring announcer for our first contest this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, he should be no stranger to anyone who visits here regularly. Will you please welcome the president of the Flamingo Laughlin? Here is Daryl Dauenhauer.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the Flamingo Laughlin Ballroom and Convention Center, and welcome to the Everlast Heavyweight Explosion. We at the Flamingo are proud, in conjunction with Cedric Kushner Promotions, to present this evening's bouts. And your first bout of the evening is a heavyweight bout. It will be 4 rounds. It is refereed by Jay, go for the jugular, Nady. Your boxers in the first match. In the red corner, from Ogden, Utah, with a record of 5-3-1 with 4 knockouts. Weighing in at 223 pounds, Bill Zumbrun. And in the blue corner, hailing all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with a record of 8-12-1 with 2 knockouts, weighing in at 234 pounds, Sean Williams.
Underneath his arm.
All right, our matchup on paper, Williams with a slight weight advantage. Height advantage going to Zumbrun with a big reach advantage of 5 inches for Billy Zumbrun, and the older of the two, Sean Williams.
Round 1.
All right, this is scheduled for 4, and John, it'd be important to point out right now, who did Billy Zumbrun beat in his last fight? None other than a man by the name of Eric Esch, who happens to go by the name of Butterbean.
Yeah.
Holds the only victory over Butterbean. And you know what? That's not true. Bean had been stopped prior to
earlier.
Yeah,
a few years back.
One of 2, maybe. Won a 4-round decision over Butterbean in his last fight, August 19th of this year. Turned things around since his 2 stoppages. He lost by knockout to Javier Mora and Michael Bennett back-to-back. Had a no contest against Cody Lee Gray in June of this year. Then 2 straight wins, Jakarta Nakoro and Butterbean, as we mentioned. This is his first start of 2002 at 5 fights last year. And Sean Williams comes in tonight with an 8-12-1 record. His last fight, October of last year, lost a 6-round decision to Taurus Sykes. John, he's a professional survivor, wouldn't you say about Williams? He just hangs in there.
Well, if he doesn't get his left hand up a little bit higher, he may not survive many rounds in this fight. Zumbrun's hit him with a couple of right hands here early on.
Zumbrun, good punching power, 4 knockouts in his 6 wins. Williams only 2 knockouts in his 8 wins.
That time Williams landed a straight right to the jawline of Zumbrun.
Williams been stopped 5 times. Zumbrun's starting to open up on him right now.
When Williams jabs, when he brings his left hand back, it's too low. He's getting caught with the right hand. Not much of a feeling out process here, Arnie, in the first round with these two big guys.
No, and it's not Zumbrun's style to feel out. It will be interesting. There goes Williams. I was going to say, test the body, because Michael Bennett beat Billy Zumbrun with 3 body shots, knocked him down 3 times in the first round, strictly on body shots, as did Javier Mora, stopped him on body shots. So Zumbrun, the book on him is, if there's a weakness, it's go downstairs.
And that can be said of a lot of fighters, because body punching is a lost art, and a lot of guys are reluctant to do it because it does leave yourself open for a counter.
Right here in Laughlin, Sean Williams surprised everybody by going the 8-round distance with Talmadge Griffiths back in August of last year. And then he repeated the feat by going 6 rounds with Taurus Sykes. So sort of becoming a modern-day Mo Wilson here as we come near the end of the first, and he survived this one.
The bell and the end of round 1.
Hitting him with a 1-2, come back with a hook. All right? Don't let him play with you, man. You back him up. Back him up. Okay. You've seen enough of him. He's got nothing, so let's go.
With the water.
Seconds out. We approach the second round. Round 2.
Round 2 scheduled for 4. Billy Zumbrun in black, and guess what? Sean Williams in black too. I thought they had some sort of rule in Nevada about same color shorts. But in the white and red shoes, that would be Sean Williams. He's coming out a lot more aggressive this round, John, and not following the directions of Eric Draft in his corner, but certainly getting through Zumbrun's defense here.
Well, Williams stood in front of Zumbrun in that first round. They gave it to Zumbrun, but he took a lot more punches than he should have. He's getting more angles here. Zumbrun has a tendency too, Arnie, when he's in there punching, he squares up and really leaves himself open.
He's really open right now. He's just eating 3 right hands from the feather punching Sean Williams. Again, Williams only 2 knockouts in his 8 wins, but scoring points here big time in the second round.
Come on, turn, baby, turn him again.
Billy Zumbrun looked at the record of Sean Williams and thought he was in for an easy time tonight. He's certainly mistaken, as we got a little bit more than a minute gone by here in the second round.
Williams has lost his last 8 fights. Stopped at 4. So, you know, that's the kind of thing where a fighter, if he happens to see that record, could really fool himself into thinking he's got an easy fight.
Former world champion in the corner with Billy Zumbrun, Cornelius Boza Edwards. Certainly do some corrections between rounds 2 and 3. Of course, Zumbrun has to get there. But right now, Williams doesn't have to worry about moving side to side. He's backing Zumbrun up.
Well, it's a totally different round in the first round. And it's starting because Williams is also using a much more effective jab, at least for him. Zumbrun may have lured himself into believing he'd be able to stop Williams the way he was hitting him with those power punches in the first 3 minutes of the fight. And now he's got to regroup, not abandon the jab, which he's just about done totally with.
And also, this is only scheduled for 4 rounds, and you start to dig a hole for yourself. And right now, Sean Williams taking this round, and Zumbrun putting himself in a position where he's got to pitch a shutout in the second half of the fight.
Well, these fighters are very evenly matched in terms of hand and foot speed. Now, Zumbrun complaining that he was butted by Williams.
And I didn't see it. I thought it was a punch myself. But Zumbrun trying to open up and steal something here at the end of the round. But very good second round for Sean Williams, perhaps pulling even.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 2.
Great round. That was just what I wanted to see. Just take a breath real quick.
Wait, okay? We gotta be busy than that, okay? Stop. Don't worry about the other stuff, okay? Come on. I'm down. We gotta stop fighting. Down. Yeah.
On the apron?
Yeah. All right? We gotta stop fighting. All right? You hear me? Okay?
What about my nerve?
This fucking guy's gonna win the fight if you don't stop fighting. Okay? Sir. We gotta stop. All right? The 1-2, push him back. You keep backing away from him. You keep looking at him. Every time you hit him, you're walking away from him.
You'll see some right hands here by Williams in that second round. Boom, right on the button. He was really pressuring Zumbrun, who was able to absorb those shots.
Seconds out.
But you don't want to do too much of that.
Out. We approach the 3rd round.
Remember, stay busy. Beat him off with your jab. Jab is your
Second half of a scheduled 4-round, and that's Sean Williams. He's in the red and white shoes, the black shoes, now going southpaw. Sean Williams will be Billy Zumbrun, and the mood in the corners of the two fighters, John. Major contrast. Cornelius Boza Edwards very unhappy with Billy Zumbrun, and they couldn't be happier in Sean Williams' corner, especially with an 8-bout losing streak on the line here. They'd love to change that.
Well, Williams going southpaw here, trying to confuse Zumbrun. Actually has a quicker jab from that stance.
Stop! Break! Step back!
I got it even after 2.
As do I, but I don't like the southpaw switch up. Invariably,
usually doesn't work.
Doesn't
Sign
work.
of desperation is what it is. Particularly after Williams had a much better second round, but Zumbrun is unable to deal with some of that movement and motion. So when Williams stands right in front of him, that's when Zumbrun lands his biggest shots, which is fairly obvious.
Flicking right jab. He thought about going back to orthodox, and that's part of the problem with the switch, John. When you want to switch back the other way, you often get caught in the middle.
Zumbrun trying to out-muscle Williams. Got to remember that lead right hand against the southpaw. I don't know if he's had much experience against left hand.
Certainly no preparation for the switch right now by Sean Williams, but not a lot of damage done by that weak flicking jab by Williams in this particular stance.
There's the lead right hand by Zumbrun.
Stop!
Zumbrun looks very frustrated, particularly after coming out very strong. He keeps dabbing his eye. I don't know if that's just a twitch he has, or he keeps claiming he's getting butted.
Exactly, he thinks he's getting butted in there. And he opens up right now as he catches Williams in the corner, but Williams, a defensive specialist, covers up nicely.
And Williams has got to stay off those ropes. He got hammered with 3 right hands.
Another right hand right on the chin of Williams.
Williams getting careless again defensively, as he did in that first round.
Break! Beat him with his head.
He's got to get his gloves up.
Williams stopped by the likes of Owen Beck, Jean Bergeron, and Jermel Barnes. And if you're saying, who is that? You should be right, and that's a yardstick for Billy Zumbrun. He should be able to stop Sean Williams. We got 3 in the books.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 3.
It's gotta be the same. Last round coming up, right? Yeah. You gotta do exactly the same.
Final round.
You're winning the fight, righty. So why you go southpaw, I don't know. Okay.
You gotta win this round.
4th and final round.
You gotta win this fucking round,
You
right?
gotta fight like you never fought before, Sean. This means the most to you. This is your round.
All right.
There's no fucking bullshit. There's nothing left. Just spit to the stuff.
Use your hands, covers up good. His mouth wide open.
I don't care what he does. Just shoot, okay? This is a fight. Don't worry about him.
I'm all right.
Okay? Don't worry about him. You just worry about yourself. Keep shooting.
Third round when Zumbrun had Williams on the ropes, which is where Williams doesn't want to be. And I think that was enough to give him the round, Arnie.
I agree, John. Fourth and final round, Billy Zumbrun and Sean Williams. And in the corner, Eric Draft really giving a dressing down on Williams, saying you were winning the fight, fighting right-handed. Why did you switch over and give him the third round?
That's just what you said. And in the opposite corner, Cornelius Boza Edwards trying to settle Zumbrun down.
Zumbrun fighting like someone right now. Johnny feels he's got to win this round to win this fight and not at least get a draw. And on our scorecards, that's the way it is.
That's the way he's got to fight it. Williams even has to have more of a sense of desperation. Fourth and final round. I don't know, Williams, mouth open for much of the fight. I don't know what kind of shape he came into this fight, Arnie.
Well, his mouth was open at the weigh-in. But the thing is, he's
Maybe
not
he
the kind
hungry.
of fighter that you want to fight in a 4-round fight. He's got too much finesse, he's too much of a cutie, and it's just not the right way to be. I would, he lasted 8 rounds with Thomas Griffith, so he's not somebody I'd want to match a 4-round fighter with right now.
He's looking at his 9th straight loss if he doesn't pull it out here, at least unofficially on our cards. Well, he is a survivor, if nothing else.
Talk about shape. Billy Zumbrun breathing very heavily from the mouth. And there really is no excuse for that at this level for him already. He's a veteran of 10 fights. He should be looking to step up into the 6- and 8-round fights. And instead, he's breathing heavy from the mouth here in the 4th round.
Well, he's got to work on his balance. He's got to work on his footwork, not squaring himself up when he punches.
Well, he came out very strong at the beginning of this round, and right now, Sean Williams is the aggressor. The question is whether he's the effective aggressor here in the balance of the 4th round, and can he steal this round and perhaps, at least again, unofficially in our cards, pull out a draw? Zumbrun looks exhausted.
Yeah, he's not doing anything this round. In fact, I saw a little blood somewhere on Zumbrun's face, maybe coming out of his nose. Looks like he's got a bloody nose. He's really slowed down. I tell you what, Williams is fighting this round where if he could really pick up the pace here, he could steal a draw possibly.
Well, he's certainly taking the second half. 30 seconds to go in the fight. And if Williams can take this last 30 seconds, we might have a very interesting outcome to this fight and a bit of a minor upset.
Zumbrun just looking a little muscle bound. You can see he's tired. He's able to let his punches go freely. Blood pouring out of his nose. Final 10 seconds.
Williams landed good here near the end of the round. Is it enough, though?
There's the bell. That ends the bout.
John, I'm going to make it interesting. I gave the last round to Sean Williams. I've got this fight dead even.
So do I.
38-38.
Yeah, and I think that's a just decision. We don't know how the Nevada officials will score this bout, but I feel the fight was a draw.
And I got news for you. The first round was very close. Billy Zumbrun didn't win the first round big. He won the 3rd round big, but he didn't win the first round big.
Before we have our official decision,
Take a look, though, John, in the fourth and
each of the
final
judges
round.
a big round of applause.
Some of the action here. Sean Williams coming on very strong after the first 90 seconds belonged to Billy Zumbrun.
Zumbrun was really almost in a defensive mode in the last round. Really could not land a lot of effective punches. You see what kind of a wide puncher he is. There he's landing a sweeping right hand, but I gave that round to Williams also, the 4th and final.
Zumbrun hasn't fought since August when he beat Butterbean. And perhaps, a high-profile win, which you have to admit that beating Butterbean would be it as it may, somewhat of a sideshow event. It might have put, given him a little bit of false confidence. He saw Sean Williams with an 8-12-1 record, probably didn't study it real close and saw that he went the distance with the likes of Thomas Griffiths, with Taurus Sykes recently. Has somewhat seems to have cemented his chin somehow.
Well, let's be honest. Zumbrun is really a plodding slugger. I mean, that's what he is. He's not a fancy dancer in there. And Williams, like you mentioned earlier, a little bit too cute defensively. So it was an interesting fight.
All right, well, we're going to go up to our ring announcer, Daryl Dauenhauer. He's got the results.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Bill Belagia has it 40-36. Dwayne Ford has the scoring 39-37. And Judge Dick Hauk has it 40-36. Your winner by unanimous decision is in the red corner, Billy Zumbrun.
Well, they couldn't have seen it any different than John and I. 40-36 on two judges' scorecards, a shutout for Billy Zumbrun, 39-37 on the other. Of course, we saw it dead even 2 rounds apiece, but improving to 7-3-1 is Billy Zumbrun, and dropping down to 8-13 is Sean Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice hand for the ring announcer, Errol